At 24, legendary director Orson Welles brought us Citizen Kane, arguably the best film of his storied career. By the age of 28, physicist Niels Bohr, the father of quantum theory, won the Nobel Prize in Physics. By his 30th birthday, Alexander the Great had conquered the known world. These are some of the most outstanding achievements ever made by man. And not just any man. Young man, man with guts, energy, vigor. From Super Bowl champions to world explorers, and perhaps the biggest conquest of all, putting a man on the moon. These feats were accomplished almost exclusively by men under 35. And in this brief presentation, I'll reveal to you the direct connection between man's greatness and his levels of testosterone. You'll see why modern man, that's you and me, why our T levels are plummeting to never-before-seen depths, a pale semblance of our father's generation. And worse, your future grandson's testosterone level will be so low, it's looking like he is much more likely to be a she. Every man needs to listen to this urgent health information. Testosterone theft is an epidemic threatening us all. But if you're over 35, you're already feeling the effects in very real ways. Question: do you feel like you've lost a step or 3 in recent years? Question: do you have trouble concentrating or thinking on your feet like you used to? Question: do you have difficulty losing weight, even while dieting or exercising? Question: do you lack the all-night energy you used to have when you first discovered women? Question: have you ever experienced failure to launch in the bedroom and blame it on things like stress and fatigue? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you can bet your ass your T levels are dropping faster than a skydiver in a free fall. But this is where it all stops, because by the end of this presentation, you will know the secret to simply, quickly, and naturally reviving your testosterone levels. Reclaim your youthful energy. Go all night again. Achieve laser focus. Take away the advantage those young guns have at the office. Get back the physique you had in college. Lose the spare tire and the man boobs. Perform better than you have in years. Be the man you once were, the man your lady fell in love with. So to say this presentation is going to be exciting would be the understatement of the year. Hi, my name is Kevin Cohen. And like you, I also suffered from low T. That was before I discovered a very simple, all-natural fix that not only stops the free fall, but takes your hormones back in time, to prime time. Now this fix has nothing to do with Big Pharma's messy gels or painful needles. As I'm about to expose, those are probably the worst things you can do if you're serious about taking back what's been stolen from you. That's coming up in just a minute. First, a warning. What I'm about to reveal has been upsetting some very powerful corporations, and for no other reason than pure, unrestrained greed. They don't want this information to get into your hands. But as long as I'm breathing, they will not succeed. I can promise you that. But I can't tell you that I'll be able to keep this video up forever. The big corporations and their army of lawyers may try to destroy what I'm doing here. So you must watch right now if you want the full and uncensored truth. Okay, the plain facts you need to know are this. Testosterone is a man's most important hormone. It's what makes a man a man. In the bedroom and in the boardroom. When your levels are at their peak, you perform like a German supercar firing on all cylinders. You're driven with unstoppable stamina, energy, and vitality. And mentally, you're sharp and on point. Limitless focus. Like that movie where you take a pill that allows you to see your entire brain for the first time ever. This kind of mental clarity and concentration makes you feel untouchable, the alpha male. It was proven in a recent Cambridge study that found the higher a Wall Street trader's testosterone level, the more money he'll make. Think about that. Having more testosterone can be like getting a pay raise. Unfortunately, this generation of men is hemorrhaging their primal testosterone at an alarming rate. Now, if you're over 30, you're already losing 1% every year. But in a jaw-dropping series of studies, researchers found that we have around 20% less testosterone than our father's generation. That's nearly a quarter less. So, a 40-year-old might hormonally be 60 years old. It's no wonder you feel like your best days are behind you. Based on science, they really are. But don't blame yourself. None of this is your fault. You no longer have the drive to perform at the job you used to, but it's not your fault. You no longer have the go all night passion and energy, but it's not your fault. You no longer have the think on your feet mental clarity and confidence you used to have, but it's not your fault. So, who is responsible for the destruction of your testosterone? There are 5 very real people who are systematically stripping away your manhood. Knowing who these people are is the first step in getting it all back. Okay, you ready? This is going to be a huge eye-opener. Testosterone thief number 1, your wife. First things first, soy is bad for men. It contains chemicals that mimic the female hormone estrogen. And as the evidence shows, this is a masculinity killer. Soy reduces sperm count and sends T levels into a nosedive. Oh, and it's also believed to be where man boobs come from. Now, I'm pretty sure your wife's not feeding you tofu burgers. Yeah, tofu is soy. And having you wash it down with a big glass of soy sauce. But if you think you're in the clear, think again. Virtually every meal your wife makes for you has some soy hidden in it. You'll find it in peanut butter, mayonnaise, margarine, and it's even used as a filler in sausages and deli meat. And your favorite candy bar? Yep, it's in there too. And it's not really your wife's fault either. Some of us do this to ourselves. We just don't know any better. Now, you could read the food labels carefully to make sure there's absolutely no soy in there, but it's in pretty much everything. And that would leave you on a diet consisting of lettuce and plain vegetable broth. No, wait, there's soy in that too. So, enjoy your lettuce. The good news is, with the fix I told you about earlier, you can restore your testosterone and even lose a few pounds in the process, all while still eating your favorite foods. That's coming right up. But first, there is another sinister force secretly attacking your T levels. Testosterone thief number 2, your waiter. You sit down at your favorite restaurant, a nice thick porterhouse, and maybe a little lobster bisque while you wait. What you don't know is that soup, as delicious as it may be, probably started out in some form inside of an industrial-sized number 6 can. That mushroom gravy delicately poured over your steak also probably came from a number 6 can too. Well, these cans contain a toxin, bisphenol A, better known as BPA. After sitting for years inside warehouses, then on delivery trucks, and finally in your local restaurant's pantry, BPA has been known to leach from the cans into your foods. Why does this matter to you? Because BPA is shown to reduce your free testosterone, the most important kind of T for sexual health. So, if you think you can say, hold the mushrooms and skip the soup, you'll have to do a lot more skipping, because BPA is not only found in canned foods, but in plastic water bottles and stainless steel containers. Hell, it's even in your cash. Now, this next tea bandit may look innocent, but she's really a wolf in sheep's clothing. Testosterone thief number 3, your nutritionist. For years, the medical establishment has been on a fat-busting binge, telling you to give up things like red meat, butter, and smoked foods, everything that's delicious in the world, and replace them with a healthier low-fat diet. Well, a recent study proved what we instinctively knew all along. These low-fat diets aren't designed for men. In fact, researchers found eating a low-fat, high-fiber diet reduces testosterone by a whopping 12%. A third brutal hit on top of everything else that's already pummeling your endocrine system. And the hits keep on coming. Number 4 is about as frightening as a punch to the crotch. Testosterone thief number 4, USA Food Inc. They rake in tens of billions of dollars each year producing all the packaged products you eat. And they do it by following one simple rule. Make great tasting food, and the customers won't be able to stop buying it. How do you make great tasting food? Well, you load it with things that taste good. And in America, at least, that usually means stuffing it full of sugar. It's not the foods you'd expect, like cakes and cookies, but sugar is added to everything, from supposedly healthy cracked whole grain breads to your favorite jar of spaghetti sauce. And sometimes it's even more hidden than that. Take your typical fast food burger. You might go in for lunch and order a nice whopping quarter-pounder burger. To start out with, you're looking at 50 grams of carbs. Some of these carbs are sugar, while others are in things that turn to sugar inside your body. We're talking 25 packets of sugar in a single burger. But that's not even the whole story. If you use this burger joint's own nutritional calculator and begin removing everything from that burger, you can change these numbers pretty drastically. No surprise? Right. There's sugar in ketchup, there's sugar in pickles, there's even a little bit of sugar in the cheese. And the bun, that's the biggest carb culprit of them all. So let's get rid of them all, and instead order that quarter-pound patty by itself on a plastic tray with nothing on it. No bun, no nothing. They say it's 100% beef, so stripping away everything has to mean all the carbs are gone now, right? Wrong. Try this little experiment, and you'll see for yourself there's somehow still a carb hidden in all that beef patty. And not just any old carb, but one that is pure sugar. Remember, they claim it's 100% beef. I mean, come on, that's insane. Why should you care about a little bit of sugar? Because sugar is like a testosterone vampire, sucking out every last bit of tea it can sink its nasty little teeth into. In one study, men were given doses of sugar and within hours, saw testosterone drop by an average of 25%. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to give up sugar. Remember, with my fix, you can forget about making major lifestyle changes. It works for you, even when you're not working for yourself. This next killer is definitely going to raise your blood pressure. Testosterone thief number 5, your boss. Whenever your boss asks you to work late or come in on your day off, anything that adds stress to your life, this causes your testosterone to sink like a ton of bricks. The reason goes back to caveman days. To survive woolly mammoths and the occasional Mothra-like beast swooping down from the sky, our bodies developed a response mechanism, a fight-or-flight hormone called cortisol. Whenever you're stressed, this hair-raising man-killer floods into your system. Your body is told to quit all non-essential activities like testosterone production. For early man, these cortisol triggers were reserved for impending danger. But for modern man, cortisol rears its ugly head at the first sign of any stress. So unless you've got teenagers at home or an evil ex-wife, your biggest stress probably comes from your job. Now, with all these forces working to destroy your natural production of testosterone, what's a guy to do? You could do what millions of other men do: turn to big pharma for testosterone replacement therapy. TRT, as it is called, utilizes synthetic testosterone cooked up in a lab somewhere. It is either absorbed, implanted, or injected into the body. If you're already on it, then you know the hassles that come with it. First, there's the gel that you have to rub under your armpits or on your shoulders. You've seen all the commercials. Not only is it messy, but there are so many warnings on the label, it'll make your head spin. And it's not like with other medications where you can pretty much ignore the warnings. With the gels, ignoring it could have your lady waking up with a mustache and beard. So while doing this kind of therapy, your body pretty much becomes off limits for her. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of getting back your bedroom mojo, don't you think? Next, there's the invasive pellet implantation. This is literally where some lab tech in a hazmat suit physically implants 10 to 12 pellets under your skin around your hip or your butt. Wouldn't be so bad, but you have to do this every few months, often sooner because the pellets have been known to pop out on their own. Sounds very convenient, huh? Finally, no discussion of TRT would be complete without talking about the painful, inch-long needles you have to self-inject, sometimes twice a week. No better way to feel macho again than by lying prone with your ass in the air trying to figure out how to give yourself a reach around with a syringe. Now, if those were the only problems with TRT, that would be enough to make you want to steer clear, but it gets much worse. You see, since testosterone is synthetic, it actually tells your body to quit producing natural testosterone, making you completely dependent on big pharma for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. And that's a serious problem because recent evidence shows TRT is one of the worst things a man can do for his health. Just a few of the side effects men have suffered from, including rocketing blood pressure, severe nausea and vomiting, increased heart attack risk, and irreversible liver damage. Plus, the medical community is even concerned this synthetic testosterone may lead to prostate cancer. The fact is, There have been no long-term studies on the safety of synthetic testosterone replacement, so you're pretty much playing medical Russian roulette.
An analysis by UCLA of insurance claims for more than 55,000 men looked at the rate of heart attacks within 90 days of starting testosterone. In men 65 and older, the risk more than doubled.
We don't know very much about this therapy. What's going on is a giant experiment with American men's health at stake, because we don't have the long-term data on the safety of these products.
If you think that's scary, you're right. Low T is no laughing matter. It demands action. We're talking about the thing that makes you a man, after all. I discovered my low T while my wife and I were trying to conceive. A routine test revealed my T levels were becoming alarmingly low for a man barely in his 30s. My doctor introduced me to the available therapies, but at the end, My doctor introduced me to all the available therapies, but in the end, I decided fake testosterone pumped into my body was just too big of a thing to gamble on. So I sought out a real solution, an all-natural fix without the side effects and the giant question marks. I began to read all the research I could get my hands on, much of it by top scientists and hormone experts. The cutting-edge stuff the mainstream medical establishment can't profit from, and the snake oil salesmen don't even take the time to look for. But I did, and the science blew me away. Turns out, the ingredients I discovered to help the body naturally replenish its own free testosterone, when properly compounded, could also help correct erectile dysfunction, declining energy, sexual performance, mental clarity, and overall stamina. So why hasn't anyone done this before? First, there's desire. The medical establishment has no reason to do it. Why give you an affordable way to fix yourself when they can give you a lifetime of 5 or 6 different prescriptions? And the non-medical community? I can only guess it was too difficult for them to put it all together. It's much easier and more profitable to just cram the ingredients du jour into a capsule and call it a day. At least that's what everyone else seems to be doing. Some supplements on the market might address the ED issue, while completely ignoring your libido. Others can boost T levels, but takes months before you feel any real effect. No energy boost, little if any increased mental clarity, and no weight loss. I looked everywhere for a compound that could skyrocket my diminishing libido, shield me and even reverse erectile dysfunction, keep the man killers estrogen and cortisol at bay, give me back the go-all-night energy I used to have, help me lose weight and build muscle more effectively, and naturally support the production of free testosterone. But I couldn't find one anywhere. So while Big Pharma and supplement megacorps were busy poisoning and pickpocketing the American public, I got to work on my own fix, one that was quick, simple, and all natural. Introducing Urevive, the only complete, all-natural man booster ever created. Simply take Urevive once daily, then just let the safe, all-natural, scientifically tested compounds go into immediate action, reversing the body blows and years of destruction to your T production. Now, I really do have to point out something important. We both understand you didn't get into this mess overnight. And the fact is, no T booster is ever going to get you completely out of this in the span of 1 or 2 days. You need to give it some time in order to feel the full effects. That said, I told you Urevive puts together all the missing pieces the other supplements totally ignored. And to me, getting instant results is a huge puzzle piece. You'd agree, right? That's why Urevive is designed to give you instant gratification. With a big kick of performance-enhancing energy, you feel almost instantly. This is something you will not find with any other testosterone supplement on the market today. And this is probably the reason men everywhere are giving Urevive 5-star reviews. They rave about how their newfound energy is changing their lives for the better. How their ED is a thing of the past. How their libido has returned to its prime. How they've been able to lose the paunch they've had for years. And how the opposite sex is taking notice. And that's just for starters. So how does Urevive do it? It all starts with the proven vitamin and mineral support matrix. This matrix is made up of 3 of the most important vitamins and minerals to aid in the production of free testosterone. They are vitamin B6. This complex stimulates androgen receptors in the body to help you produce more testosterone. Magnesium improves antioxidant capacity, reduces inflammation, and aids in restful sleep. 3 things needed to increase testosterone production. Zinc, this often unappreciated mineral, is crucial to aiding men with fertility, performance, and cardiovascular health. Now, no matter what the supplement megacorps say, the combination of these 3 vitamins and minerals isn't really a secret at all. In fact, this formulation is available in some of the best testosterone supplements out there. And rightly so, because this formulation does a pretty good job of reclaiming a bit of your lost testosterone. But with Urevive, I wanted to take it a few steps further and create a complete testosterone booster unlike any other. The research led me to work with other experts to develop a solution that takes over where the rest falls short. The secret is our 5 clinically backed premium ingredients. Grown in India, fenugreek extract has been shown in scientific studies to boost libido, burn fat, and send testosterone levels soaring. And not just any kind of testosterone, but free T, which matters most for bedroom performance and satisfaction. Alone, fenugreek is one of the most powerful man boosters in existence, but what makes Urevive so unique is how all of the components work together. And there's no better example of this than when fenugreek is paired with compound number 2. Not a drug, Tongkat Ali is all natural and comes from a tree native to Malaysia. Recently, it was dubbed by the Times the Asian Viagra. It's not only shown to spark libido, improve performance, and boost T levels, but it's long been used to enhance energy levels while reducing the stress hormone cortisol. Tongkat is also great when you want to feel instant results. There's no better way to know you've made a great decision than by having your partner notice an immediate change. Building testosterone is only one thing, but much can be done by simply taking the testosterone already in your body and safeguarding it from turning into estrogen, the female hormone many believe is responsible for man boobs. Now personally, I like boobs as much as the next guy, just not on me. Luckily, the 3rd ingredient in Urevive focuses on fighting this kind of gender bending. The full name is long and scientific, but in short, it's known as DIM, a phytonutrient and antioxidant that fights estrogen in 2 ways. First, it blocks the conversion of testosterone into estrogen. Then it helps break down existing estrogen more efficiently. With DIM added to the mix, you not only feel like more of a man, you hormonally become more of one. Plus, on top of combating rising estrogen, DIM also enhances fat burning and even helps maintain your free T. DIM also enhances fat burning and even helps maintain your free T. Like I said, these compounds really do complement one another in every way. Okay, being on top of your game physically is one thing, but by a man's mid-30s, he's also beginning to experience a decrease in focus and mental acuity. Cue compound number 4. Rhodiola is a root that grows in the coldest places on Earth. For centuries, Russians in Siberia used it to cope with the stresses of living in one of the most forbidding and treacherous places in the world. While rhodiola can help you when you're feeling fatigued and stressed, research points to another important benefit of this ancient root: improved mental clarity and function when dealing with high-pressure situations. In a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, rhodiola was given to physicians working the night shift. It found that those taking the extract retained a higher level of mental function. This can have a profound effect on your memory, cognitive reasoning, and decision-making. Imagine retaining the wisdom of age while gaining the clarity of youth. Now, if all these compounds work together as an amazing life-changing team, then compound number 5 does double duty as a player and coach. Like the twin turbos on a Lamborghini Gallardo, Piper Nigrum is how we're able to get the other 4 ingredients to work quicker and more effectively. This extract has been scientifically proven to amplify absorption. That means the compound works more powerfully and faster. Bottom line, there simply isn't another supplement as complete or as powerful as Urevive. But what makes this fix so different from the pretenders isn't just what's listed on the label, it's what's actually inside each and every capsule. Unlike other supplements, Urevive only contains active compounds backed by independent clinical research. You're never taking untested ingredients, or worse, having them tested on you. 100% all natural ingredients. No cheap fillers, no binders, and definitely no laboratory synthesized pharmaceuticals. The same doses used in clinical studies. This means Urevive is designed to take advantage of the science, not take advantage of you. In other words, Urevive is exactly what nature intended for a man. A masculinity restorer that is unparalleled. So we both agree there is no other testosterone boosting supplement anywhere that compares to Urevive. That leaves only two options, Urevive and TRT. We've already talked about how the pharmaceutical testosterone is cooked up in a lab, and how there are no long-term studies on the kind of damage that this can really do to a man's health. So let's instead talk about just how much testosterone replacement therapy can cost. I'm sure you've seen commercials for one very popular testosterone gel. There is, however, one thing they leave out of the ads, the monthly cost. Depending on the prescribed dosage, this gel can run you as much as $900 a month. For a year of this, you could be looking at a bill of $10,800. Lesser known are testosterone pellets. Remember I mentioned this is where they cut a hole in your hip and jam a dozen pellets under your skin. If you're lucky enough and they all stay in place, you only have to do this 3 or 4 times a year. How much for the honor of this kind of therapy? It averages out to right around $300 a month or $3,600 per year. Even the injections, which involve you jabbing yourself once or twice a week with an inch-long needle to the butt, this runs some men a cool $100 a month. A bargain basement price for sure, but not such a deal when you realize that that's $1,200 a year. And remember, with pharmaceutical TRT in any form, you're likely going to have to pay that every single year for the rest of your life. Now, even if you're fortunate enough to have good medical insurance to help cover the cost, you have to wonder how long before the insurance company stops covering it. I hear every day from guys who used to be covered for TRT, but then they got a letter from their insurance provider telling them that their company would no longer pay for their chosen therapy. How long before your insurance company sends you that letter? Now, considering how important testosterone is, those borderline criminal prices may seem like an expense you have to figure out a way to bear. I mean, we're talking about stuff that makes man a man. But just because something is important doesn't mean you should have to start digging into your 401k to do it. Thanks to Urevive, you won't have to. It's the safe, simple, all-natural testosterone booster that's affordable for every man. And you're not going to pay $900 a month you could be shelling out on gels, or $300 a month to get shot in the hip with a pellet gun. Hell, you're not going to even have to shell out $100 a month to stab yourself in the butt with inch-long needles. Instead, you can restart your production of testosterone quickly, safely, and all naturally with 2 Urevive capsules for as little as 85 cents per day. Yeah, that's right. When you pick up our Total Transformation package, you get a full 6-month supply for just 85 cents a day. That's less than a single pack of gum. And in exchange, you'll quickly begin to restore your youthful energy. Imagine feeling like you're 20 all over again. Send your libido surging. Relieve the days of all-night performance. Regain mental clarity. Go from using a fraction of your brain to using the whole damn thing. Melt away that stubborn fat. Get back your former body quicker than you ever thought possible. Find your mojo again. Not just for dating, but in your career or competitive sports. Never again have to worry about lack of interest or ED. With Urevive, you get it all back. And you do it with 2 simple capsules, once daily. Listen, if you're currently on TRT, you already know the downside that goes way beyond the outrageous prices. You also know I haven't even mentioned the additional cost of quarterly doctor visits and lab tests a few times a year. You're watching this video today because you know it's crazy and something has to change. Consider Urevive the changing of the guard. Just imagine the energy, the stamina, the confidence, the respect, the satisfaction that you and your woman will soon experience when you're the man again. Imagine retaining all the good that comes with age, while regaining the unbridled primal potency of youth. All you have to do is click the button below and secure your full 6-month supply of Urevive at the lowest price I've ever offered it. When you take action right now, I'll take all the risk off your shoulders and put it onto mine with my let me prove it 100% money back guarantee. Here's how it works. To prove to you Urevive can really transform your life, just like it did for me and thousands of other men, I want you to simply take Urevive once a day for 90 days. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Almost immediately, you will notice the return of youthful energy, that crucial missing first puzzle piece I talked about earlier. Then, just continue taking Urevive and let the 5 main ingredients and the vitamin and mineral matrix go into action, boosting your natural testosterone production. I guarantee, as your body begins to replenish the testosterone it's been hungering for, you will experience big changes. Increased mental clarity, stamina, staying power, and drive like you haven't felt in years. You must experience this, or I insist you write me for a no questions asked refund of every single cent. You have a full 90 days to put Urevive to the test and see for yourself the snowballing confidence, better performance in the bedroom, in the boardroom, and even on the golf course. Go ahead and click below to get a full 6-month supply with the Total Transformation Package. Just make sure you take action right now. I price Urevive to fit any man's budget, but since I only use the highest quality ingredients from all over the world, they're not cheap to get. Costs are always going up. I can't promise if you come back tomorrow, you'll be able to get the same deal. But when you try it today, you'll be locked in at this price, and your cost for Urevive can never increase. That's a promise. You know you need Urevive. You understand it's completely risk-free. Now go ahead and click the button below and take the next step. When you'll do, I'll even throw in a special bonus for just those taking action today. You already know how the 5 compounds inside Urevive work to naturally boost your testosterone, but there is also ordinary food, some sitting in your pantry right now that can work with Urevive to get you even better results even faster. That's why I wrote an eye-opening report where I reveal them all. It's entitled 21 Foods to Naturally Take Back Your Tea. This guide has a very real $27 value, but today it's yours free when you click the button below to get in on this total transformation offer. Your new youthful outlook, your new energetic mind, your new mojo in the bedroom, they're all within reach. I can offer you the opportunity, but I can't grab the opportunity for you. Only you can do that. Grab this opportunity right now. Remember, you have nothing to lose. Urevive is 100% risk-free for a full 90 days. I won't go on again about the potential problems with testosterone replacement therapy, but it wouldn't be hasty of me not to mention that taking no action is even worse. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Stop the insanity. Make a change today. Click below right now.